So again, I stuck in that opening beginning because that's kind of a stage you can get at when you start using a lot of borrowing and modal interchange. And we'll actually cover that sequence in a video later on where I'm doing the backing of that sequence we just listened to. Now remember, this channel is not about keyboards. I get that a lot. This is about composing and as well as harmonic content and learning more advanced harmony than you'd learn from a basic major and minor theory book. So go back and watch the other videos on this topic of borrowing, because we covered a lot of chords so far and we're adding one at a time now. And we also covered using stuff like Mixolydian and Lydian and Ionian and kind of trading back and forth between the three also. So those are included in those videos. So go backwards. The minor 4 in major, okay, it's almost always done with some kind of 1, 4, 5, 6 kind of sequence converted down to the minor. Like that wasn't 1, 4, 5, 6, but it's always almost used in a sequence like that. So we're going to skip that. What's the easiest thing you could do? Alternating between the 1 and the minor 4. That's very easy and it's very effective. And you could use the major scale going down and then just flatten the 6th degree. Like convert. Or we can do it like this, where we don't even use the major 4. Produces a little bit of chromaticism there between the raised 6 and the flat 6, but doesn't use the regular 4, just the minor 4. So let's take Mixolydian, make a statement in it by using like the Mixolydian 1, the Mixolydian 5, which is minor 5, and then the minor 4, the flat 7, 1. So you could do something like that, improvising on it. So finding less typical ways to use that minor 4. And we talked about these scale choices in previous episodes where you could have like the raised 6 there and then suddenly a lowered 6. Okay. So that's completely up to you. I can't teach you which one to use. You have to decide. So before I get too far, another common thing to do is to alternate between this minor 4 and the diminished 2. These two are kind of interchangeable. You could actually create some kind of falling sequence like this, using all 3 chords. And this will be a stylistic choice. You could literally take a pedal point on the root and just walk between these 3 different chords. Create a sequence that walks down as if it's a falling sequence. You could arpeggiate it or whatever, but I'll just do it like this. So again, that's just the 1, the minor 4, and the diminished 2. Let's use the chromatic median effect. Let's go 1, 6, minor 4, 1, minor 4, 2, 1, diminished 2. Sorry, borrowed diminished 2. Done right, in inversion, you can create sequences like this. And especially if you start using passing tones in the bass. And some kind of opposite motion actually would work well in that situation. So let's create another harmonic move. 1, minor 4, flat 3, flat 6. Let's go backwards. Flat 3, minor 4, 1. So you could do something like this. Take it lower. So you reverse the sequence. So I'm just going to improvise a bunch in and then we'll figure them out. Okay, well let's keep that. We got a major 1, Mixolydian minor 5 or Aeolian minor 5, 1, a 2, regular 2, 5, and then the minor 4. Regular 5, and then perfect cadence 1. Let's keep going. I'll do another one. Okay, that works out. So we're starting in Lydian 1, Lydian 2, and then the borrowed flat 3, the flat 7, the 4, the minor 4, 1. I wanted to include at least one Lydian, so let's keep going. That has almost a sentimental sound because I'm starting on the major 1, the major 3, tritone effect to the flat 7, to the minor 4, to the 1, to the 5, to the diminished 3, major 4, diminished 2, 1. Sequence like that sounds much better with inversions. So let's keep going. We'll go 1, flat 6, minor 4, flat, diminished 2, 1. Let's just keep that. Interestingly enough, that sounds like that part of the end of that Hunger Games theme. I forgot what the name of the title, but let's go ahead and 1, flat 7, flat 6, flat 3, flat 7, minor 4, 1. And doing it slightly musical, let's see what happens. Be a nice way to end a certain melody or something. So hopefully I showed you enough to get out of this kind of 1, 4, 5, 6, and then lowering that 4 chord to some kind of minor version that's always typical in major. We're showing you alternatives. Let me just jam on it. Lydian. So we're trying to find less typical ways to get to it. So that's all we did in this video. Instead of stuff like that. So you're breaking free of habits, so to speak. So my suggestion also is to write out a little chart here of all the borrowed chords we've used so far in the previous episodes. Make yourself a little chart that surrounds your tonal center like this, and start experimenting with different combinations. And also thank you to people who have donated. It's kind of rare that they do, but it has happened, and I really appreciate those people that have done that. It helps me keep going forward with stuff like this that nobody really covers on YouTube. Also remember, this stuff isn't stylistically locked into one style. You could use it in rock and pop to get out of ruts. You could use it with extensions and whatnot, make it sound a little more jazzy. A lot of these moves, you could use them for main themes for like film scores, video game music, whatever. Or if you're into composers like Ralph Vaughan Williams, post-romantic composers, they do a lot of moves like this. So if you want to study them, suddenly you might start seeing these little things that I've been doing in these videos. He's also been doing, and in my honest opinion, he's one of the most copied composers when it comes to modal interchange and film composing. He's probably one of the most copied. So the only chord we have left to borrow from parallel minor is the minor 1, and we'll just cover that briefly in the next episode. Then we're going to move on to stuff we could borrow from like Phrygian dominant and whatever, all the unique modes like that. And eventually your chord vocabulary will become very huge just surrounding one tonal center.